Hi, this is CA Apurva Jaisamha and you're with me on G for GST, a YouTube channel exclusively dedicated to GST. We have content ranging from bare basics to intricate nuances of the GST laws. While the nation is grappling with COVID 19 and the government is trying to get its hands on the situation, a series of tweets by the common man and a special request from Mamata Banerjee caught the attention of Madam Finance Minister. People were pressing her to issue GST exemptions on COVID vaccine. And as you can see her response, she has categorically denied of any probability of having a GST exemption on COVID vaccines and also went on to call this move to be counterproductive. In this video, we will dissect the logic behind her response and let's discuss why she said what she said. Let's get started. This video is brought to you by Filing Hour, India's first financial services aggregation platform. Download the application from Play Store and help us connect you to a host of finance professionals. Your compliances are now just a click away. The GST laws have since its inception given scope and accommodated for exemptions. Like for example, health sector is exempt from GST, so you and me don't necessarily pay any GST on our medical bills. Education sector is exempt from GST, so we don't pay GST on school and college fees. Like that, we have fresh fruits and vegetables, meat, which is exempt from GST, considering that these are necessities and goods of mass consumption. So yes, the GST Council, Government of India, Board of Indirect Taxes has time and again recognized certain goods to be necessities and given GST exemptions on that. Then the public's request of having a GST exemption on COVID-19 vaccine seems fair when looked at it as a common man. Now COVID vaccine has become a necessity. Anyone and everyone should have it. Then the moot question here is why not there is an exemption on COVID vaccine. So to understand this, let us put ourselves into the shoes of the vaccine makers. Companies such as Bharat Biotech, Serum Institute, and we have 6 others up in the race buy different types of goods and services in order to make these vaccines. So basically we are looking at their purchase supply chain, one level backward integration. So we're looking at the supply chain. Now, most of 2020, with COVID being relatively new, was expended by them in terms of R&D. Huge crores of money has been put into develop the manufacturing facilities, establish the distribution modalities in order to have the vaccine reach you. So what basically I'm telling you is that these companies which are the vaccine makers have spent crores of rupees in order to buy different types of goods and services in order to make the vaccine. Now, one thing that we have to consider and understand here is that along with these crores of rupees that they have spent on their purchases, they have also outlaid significant amount of GST wherever their suppliers have charged them GST. So it's pretty simple. Vaccine makers need to make the vaccine. Now, in order to make the vaccine, they need different types of goods and services. And along with the purchase value of these goods and services, they have also paid GST to their suppliers. Now, notwithstanding the fact that they have spent significant amount of money as GST on purchase of different types of goods and services from their suppliers, none of the GST paid actually adds to the cost of production in the hands of these companies. So the entire GST that has been outlaid at different levels of the supply chain to different types of suppliers is not going into arriving at the cost of production. Reason being input tax credit. So the entire GST paid is available to these companies as tax credit, which is accumulated and which will be used by these companies against the liability that is arising when they sell the vaccines. So as you can see, the entire GST paid by these companies on their purchases is available to them as input tax credit, which means it has not gone into the cost of production and it has not seeped into the price of the product. So this is the entire GST supply chain in the hands of the vaccine makers. This is how GST is meant to work. Now, the moment an exemption is introduced on these COVID-19 vaccines, what happens is that these companies would be denied of the tax credit, which means the entire GST that they have paid and they keep paying to their suppliers also adds into the cost of making the vaccine. So if the cost of making the vaccine is increasing, it means the price of the vaccine in the hands of the consumers is also going to increase. So essentially, Madam Finance Minister, by calling this to be counterproductive, in effect meant that the companies would be denied their tax credit which will consequence into an increased cost of production, which will eventually consequence into an increased price of the COVID-19 vaccine in the hands of the consumers. So in effect, this is the reason why this move is being called counterproductive. So you see now, this is the reason why we do not have any GST exemptions on COVID-19 vaccines. So here let's take a pause to understand rather what the government has given as relief amidst this entire COVID chaos. Yes. So while different types of notifications in customs and IGST in May 2020 and April 2021, the government has actually given different types of exemptions on import duties. Import duties consisting of customs duty, health cess, social welfare surcharge, and IGST are all exempted from different imports. Like for example, all types of COVID relief material when imported into India is exempt from import duties. We have exemptions available on remdesivir injection, exemptions available on active pharmaceutical ingredients which are used to make the remdesivir injections. Similarly, we have exemptions on importation of medical grade oxygen. We have exemption on importation of oxygen cylinders, concentrators, storage tanks, ventilators, nasal cannula devices, and so on and so forth. So we hope with this short video, you were able to understand why we do not have any exemption on COVID-19 vaccines. If you have liked this information, we urge you to like this video and share it amongst your friends and contacts. If you want us to make specific videos on certain topics, please do leave your suggestions in the comment box below. And to stay updated on GST and to know everything that's happening in GST, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon.